This is Sean of SeanConrad.com. A few years ago, I decided to move my mom here with me in Georgia from New York. And the reason was anytime we would talk and I would check in with her to see how she was doing, there was some type of event that happened. I remember one time we got on the phone and I asked, Mom, how are you doing? And she said, I'm fine. Just got into a little accident. I was like, Are you okay? What happened? I was driving and this guy came out of nowhere, hit the front bumper off the car. I was like, but are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. I took some pictures. She said she'll send me the pictures. Um, because at the time she took them on a regular camera, so she usually would take pictures and then mail them to me in an envelope. The next event, a few months later, I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and she was like, "Yeah, they had to put the dog to sleep. She wasn't doing well. I took her to the vet. They had to put her down, put her asleep." I was like, "Mom, I'm sorry." She's like, "It's okay. It's okay. Everything is fine here. I'm good." I was like, "Mom, are you sure?" "Yep, I'm good." Another phone call. A few months later, she tells me that a friend of hers suffered some strokes. And I was like, "Mom, are they okay? Are you okay? How are you doing?" She was like, "I'm fine. I just go to the hospital when I can to check and see how they're doing." I was like, "Okay, Mom." I was like, "I'm gonna come to New York and just come spend some time with you, check and see how you're doing." Book a flight, go to New York, get to my mom's house. And for me, I noticed a lot of weight loss, and I'm looking around the house and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help clean up. You know, don't worry, Mom, I'm gonna help clean up. And went through the refrigerator, cleaned up in the living room, and just wherever I can help out. And when I was done, I was like, Mom, it's hard for me to check on you when I'm in Georgia and you're here in New York. You should think about coming to Atlanta. And I've tried this before in the past. And anytime I talked to her in the past about moving to Atlanta, she was like, "No, that's okay. I like it here." But this time, she responded with, "What do I need to do?" And I was like, "You'll come to Atlanta? You'll move to Atlanta?" She was like, "What do I have to do?" I was like, "Okay, I got it." So I fly back to Atlanta and I have to figure this out. You know, I have to get myself situated in a bigger house so my mom could have her own space, but we could be in the same house. That was my plan. Also, I have to help her get her house sold in New York, but I'm not in New York. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So I had to coordinate all these things. Got it coordinated, had people go over there to help my mom move, and got her here. Got her here. Awesome. So my mom's here and I'm making sure she's hooked up. She has her own space, you know, 2 bedrooms, kitchen, laundry room, TVs, living room, backyard, just trying to make sure she has everything that she would want. Fast forward a couple years later, my mom suffers a fall. Not a bad one, but she fell. I was like, "You okay?" She was like, "Yeah, you know," and she would say, "The devil's really at work. I put my foot here and blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Okay, all right, but you're okay." Yep. A few months later, we go to the park with my daughters and my mom, and we're walking back to the car. And you know that little concrete thing that keeps cars from like rolling up onto the curb. It just kind of blocks your tires. My mom was walking back to the car and tripped over that. And she cracked some teeth in her mouth, and you know, I was, it was, it was just, it's messed up, and I was like, okay. Um, and then, not too long ago, a few months back, my mom was trying to fix something on her microwave. And she climbed up on something to fix it, and she fell. She fell, hurt her wrist. I looked at her wrist, it was swollen. Um, had to go to the emergency room. She broke her wrist. So they put a cast on it in the emergency room. I'm like, okay, all right, could have been worse. But this is where things really began. She went to get the wrist x-rayed. They looked at the x-ray. It was not healing properly. They put another cast on. A few weeks later, went back for the x-ray. It wasn't healing properly. Keep in mind, she is now more fearful of falling. So every move, there's anxiety that she's feeling, and she's worried about falling. I'm watching her like a hawk anywhere we go because I don't want her to fall and hurt herself. So wherever she walks, I'm looking back. I'm watching to see if she's picking her feet up. This is like serious. So anyway, she had to get surgery on the wrist. And now with the surgery, there's physical therapy. So I have to take her to the surgeon's office to get checked up. When we go there, we have to get an x-ray first, then go to the surgeon's office. And then on top of that, there's physical therapy. So there's a lot of appointments that I have to take my mom to. And, it's just one of those things. And my mom is so sweet. She's like, thank you. I know you were working. And I'm like, Mom, you don't have to thank me. I'm my mom's only child. It's just me. I don't call my brother to come over and help out. I don't call my sister to come over and help out. It's just me. I'm supposed to be taking care of my mom. This is not even like, you don't have to think about this. This is what I'm supposed to do. So, as sweet as my mom is to thank me for taking her to therapy and her doctor's appointments, this is what I'm supposed to do. Are you kidding me? And I remember at therapy the other day, the lady said, are you your mom's caregiver? And I said, yes. She said, you're the only caregiver? I said, it's just me. And she says, that's awesome. I didn't know that sons would take care of their mothers like this. And again, I'm thinking, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is how it's gonna go. I'm taking care of my mom. And every time we go out, even today, I see, she's still a little fragile, unsure, but she's doing well. The wrist is a lot better. But I gotta make sure I get her groceries, ask her what she needs. I have to make sure that I can drop her off at places she wants to go. If she wants to shop, just get some sun. And at the same time, I'm thinking about so much. Not just, ooh, I hope she doesn't fall again. But what happens in the future? Will I be at some point needing a wheelchair? Is that a better option than having her trying to navigate by foot in fear of falling? Do I consider having InHome Help? Getting somebody to come over and stay with her and take care of her? How is she going to feel about that? There's so much. when I go through her door, her entrance and exit, her main door, I'm looking to see, is there anything in the way where she can fall and trip? Is this gate hard to open? There's so much. It's such a full-time gig. Um, and again, I'm not complaining about it. I'm really talking about the level of awareness that comes over me when I'm with my mom and I'm taking her to these places. I'm even giving the doctor some eye, like do well. This is my mom. Like I'm just all over it. Um, so yeah, this is where I am. I'm sure other people, have done this and or maybe expected it. You know, I'm I didn't have this part planned out, and I plan a lot. So I kind of like set my path. I'm used to setting my path, and this right here, I'm you know it's doing what I got to do. It's just part of it. So I have to structure things that I do, my life. I have to make sure that um, it fits. It fits with me being available to help my mom and take care of her. I wouldn't want to be an older person and everyone's just forgot about me. That would be messed up. So there's no way I'm doing that with my mom. you know? You wouldn't want to be an older person and people are just like, well, hope you're figuring it out. That would be messed up. And I'm sure it happens, but not on my watch. So anyway, just sharing this experience, this unforeseen experience, and maybe I should have known that, hey, it's gonna happen. When your mom gets older, you're gonna take care of her. Maybe I should have just seen that clearly. But I can say that I'm glad she's here with me. I can't imagine what she'd be doing by herself in Brooklyn, New York right now, trying to navigate and get around and bring things home from the grocery store and drive. That's the other thing. She wants to drive, and she her doctor's like, not right now. And you know, how do I tell her that? You know, it's a heavy car. You got to think quick. You got to move quickly. And right now, she's not moving as quick as she once was moving. Year and a half ago or whatever. So, man. Anyway, uh, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. This is Sean Conrad, and I'm out.